So this is the black tank on the Host camper, and sadly the black tank and I are not friends. I mean, I didn't expect to be besties. It has to deal with all of my shit after all, but it has become the bane of my existence, and I'll explain why in this video.
Radioactive Road Tripping is a travelogue show that documents my transformation from a longtime national security expert to a newbie director, cinematographer, and producer.
In this video, I'm going to talk about some of the problems I've had with my black tank from the very beginning. Basically, every time I've tried to empty it, I was unable to do so, at least not to the full extent. And so my dad and I ran some experiments to see what the best method is for emptying the black tank on the Host camper. So this is what it looks like open. Right here is the black tank valve. This here is the black tank flush. You basically put a hose in there, pump water in there while the black tank is open, and it's supposed to flush the rest of the system out. And on a Host camper, the gray tank is actually separate underneath the camper. And this is the separate gray tank valve right here. And this is where the black tank sits in Host campers, underneath this jackknifed couch. You can see it right there. Starts over at the toilet, ends about there. That's where it empties. The last time I emptied the black tank, unfortunately, thought I emptied it and then came back. See what this panel says. It's not very accurate, but it gives you an approximation. So my black tank is at 38%, despite having just been emptied. To confirm that, I'm just gonna open this up a little bit, shine a light down in there, and you can see it is most definitely not empty. I called Host, the manufacturer of the camper, and asked them about my problems with the black tank, and they told me that it has to be perfectly level to properly empty. My dad and I decided to run some experiments to test how best to empty the black tank. We're using buckets and toilets to empty the contents of the black tank. I thought there might be a clog, and that was the reason that it wasn't emptying, and unfortunately some of the options for other RVs don't work for a Host camper because the gray and black tanks are separate. But it turns out that the design of the black tank and the anti-flush system are just not that ideal and require some tweaking to get them to work correctly. This is the last of 3 buckets that came out of my black tank after I had supposedly emptied it. We used the Santa flush, but it didn't seem to be very effective, and so instead we took about 5 gallons of water and poured them down with the valve open and emptied it again. And so now we're going to take a look. And there's about a ½ inch of water in there, but it's mostly water. So now I'm going to put some more water in there and some treatment. So this is what I had been using to treat the black tank. It says here breaks down waste and tissue. Apparently not good enough, at least not for this black tank. So now I am trying Unique RV Digest It holding tank treatment. In a follow-up video, I will show you my best practices that I've learned thus far and share any other tips that my followers are sharing with me about how to properly empty a black tank on a Host camper.
If you want to follow my journey, please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you'd like to have access to behind-the-scenes content and exclusive merchandise, become a patron at patreon.com/Natasha Bajema.